Back with you on Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube page. Just put that in the browser, Locked On Sports Atlanta. You'll find us very easily. Hit the subscribe button, be a part of the community. And of course, you can follow me on my Twitter page at JMCH316. You know, there used to be a time in life where there were certain people and certain times when you had to pay a stupid tax, right? I mean, if you don't know what that is, sometimes in life when you do something stupid, the karma of that is going to come and catch up with you. Well, take the incident here with Mike Tyson on this airplane. So Mike Tyson the other day was on a flight in San Francisco where a guy behind him was harassing him. And at first it started out that I believe that they took a selfie and this, then the other, and the guy wouldn't let it go. And it turned into a situation where the guy ended up throwing a water bottle, I guess is what it was, and hit Mike or whatever. And Mike turned around and started slugging him. Okay. Now, so many things about this. All right. Number one, we live in a culture and society today where being famous, even if it's for all the wrong reasons, is most important, right? You get on the Tic Tac, the Zip Zap, the Insta Chat, the Facegram thing, whatever. You get on there and you post your stupid video, right? You're doing a dance in the middle of traffic. You know, you're doing something stupid. You're taking a gun and you're shooting water pellets at people. All of these things that you think are going to make you famous for being a Nimrod. And with those people, a lot of them deserve to pay a stupid tax. So that's where the culture is. Get your camera phone out, film everything, and see if I can get famous. The other part is that we live in a society where get your camera phone out, I'm going to sell footage, I'm going to make money, I'm going to get paid by TMZ or whatever bag of donuts, organization that there is. Okay. But what we haven't learned in society is that there is a decorum of behavior and there are certain people in this world that you just don't mess with. And Mike Tyson is one of them. Now, Mike Tyson is a totally different person than what he has been in the past. He's much more calm. He's talked about that in interviews. He's got his line of cannabis products. He's got the little mini ears, right? He's got the little ear with the little bite mark out of the ear and this and the other. He takes care of his pigeons and all this kind of stuff, and he's a different guy now. And part of that is just age and everything else. You grow out of that and that rage is not there anymore. That need to get that rage out, like when he was in his prime in boxing, isn't there anymore. But why would you go about, and I know he's probably drunk and all that kind of stuff, but somebody has to be the adult. In this video, you don't see the guy's buddy going to help him when Mike Tyson's pummeling him. He's sitting there with the camera phone. Oh, let me film this. It's funny. So I can sell it to TMZ and all this, that, and the other. It's a sad state of affairs where we feel like we have to goad somebody into acting bad to get some sort of satisfaction in our own lives over all of that. Obviously, I 1,000% support Mike Tyson. I actually feel bad that he left the guy in as good a condition as what he did. Go back to a scene. This is, for all you old people, you'll know this. For all of you young people, Google this. There's a scene in the movie Dirty Harry with Clint Eastwood, who plays the kind of renegade cop and all this kind of stuff. And the killer's name is Scorpio. And there's a situation where Scorpio is being harassed or he's being watched all the time by Clint Eastwood. And he feels like he can't get away and go do the thing that he wants to do, which is, he's a killer. Okay. So he goes and pays a guy in like a sewer to beat the snot out of him, sits in a chair and he pays the guy to beat the daylights out of him. And he ends up in the hospital and he says, Callahan did it. Callahan did it. It was a whole setup and all this kind of stuff. And he went on TV and all this kind of stuff. And so there's a scene where the police chief and Dirty Harry are in the office and they show it and they're watching the TV broadcast. And the chief says, well, Harry, what do you have to say about that? And Harry says, well, obviously I didn't do it. What do you mean? Why is that? Because he looks too damn good. And that's what should have happened in this situation with Mike Tyson. I feel bad that he probably really didn't make an example out of somebody like that because, and Mike Tyson obviously didn't want to get arrested, and I get that kind of stuff. But there comes a point in time where sometimes in life, somebody has to pay a stupid tax. And that's what this situation was begging for. Sometimes in life, you have to stop with the cameras and the drunkenness and the being a nitwit and being a knucklehead in an environment, and you take the beating that really is coming to you. Because let me tell you what's going to happen now. Let me tell you, because this is where we're at in society too. There's nothing about society. I find a lawyer, everything is litigious, I'm going to sue. There's a line of guys lining up right now that would gladly take a case for this jabron and sue Mike Tyson, claiming whatever, right? That's where we're at. It's not just, hey, you know what? You did something stupid. You had a guy that you shouldn't mess with. You put bad karma out in the world, and you took a beating for it. And again, he could have taken a hell of a lot worse. That's still Mike Tyson. That's still old man, crazy man, strong. Don't mess with Mike Tyson, who'd still knock you out with one punch if you stood in front of him and said, go for it, champ. But that's where we're at with society, isn't it? Let's act a fool. Let's have bad behavior. Let's get imbibed. Let's get the camera phones out. Let's create a scene. Let's make a disturbance. Let's see if we can get on TMZ. Let me put this on my Tic Tac. Let me put this on my flip flop. Let me put this on my Instaface. Let me put this on my Gram book. Whatever it is. That's how we get. It can't be that in society we become famous because we work and we achieve and we get this and we do that and we have a talent or a skill. People just want to be stupid out there. And I firmly believe that's what it is. You don't have to be old, intelligent, bright, knowledgeable to understand that you don't mess with a guy like Mike Tyson, ever. Even if you're ticked off at him, he's not doing what you're asking to do, there's no reason to push a guy like that. And as I said, I'm just a little bit ashamed that he didn't pay more of a stupid tax, because there are people like that in this world that maybe deserve to get that beating that sends a message to everybody else before they try it. All right, we thank you so much for being a part of the community, hitting hard with Jon Chuckery. We make sure you make that your first listen every day. And don't forget, make your second listen ATL Day Ones, my buddy Jarvis Davis and my friend Tanitra Batiste as well. Speak to the heart of the city of Atlanta. Two friends just talking Hawks, Falcons, Braves, Bulldogs, everything with you. Step into the conversation and stay a while. ATL Day Ones is part of Locked On Sports Atlanta as well. If you go to Locked On Sports Atlanta, you're going to find free and available on our YouTube channel, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe, as we've been saying, be a part of the community. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. And, of course, give me a follow on my Twitter page at JMCH316. We get back Monday. We will recap, certainly, what the weekend looked like for the Atlanta Hawks, and as they get ready to head back, hopefully back to Miami. Hopefully this series won't be over, but I think we're in good shape coming tonight. So we'll recap all that. Everybody have a great weekend. It is Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta.